I'm Harrison Williams and this is CHC Talks, and this week we're talking about what to expect from varying levels of digital investment. So we thought it would be useful to break it down in terms of institutional investments and how much things cost in relation to that. So to start off with, we're going to talk about startup websites. Now this is anything from say £500 to £5,000, and basically what you're trying to do is test out whether or not your business idea works online. So you don't want to be investing too much money into something that's too big and too crazy straight off the bat. This is basically getting your principal idea out there as best as you possibly can. So from our side, what we think is really important is about storytelling. Why are you doing this? What problem does it solve? How can you help other people through your solution? So in essence, what you're doing is a big user journey in which you describe the different stages of your product and your service to be able to convey that accurately to people. So we're looking at a really high design, something that really captures the imagination, and we're looking at something that might have some animations, some videos, something that really draws people in so that you can do maybe a second round of funding or get enough customers off the ground to be able to move on to the next stage of your business. Now the next stage that we'd look at is angel investment, and that's anything from like £5,000 to £10,000. This is where you start getting a little bit more interesting with your websites. So if you have say a SaaS type product that you want to get off the ground, this is the minimal viable product stage. So test it out, see if it works, make sure you're getting people using it, find those little bugs, the problems with your ideas, and move on from there with this level of investment. So it's the kind of sandpit, playground area of investment. So what to expect from a developer is some decent development at this stage, a little bit of search optimization. We're talking about a really nice design that's quite simple and functional. You're going to have a CMS. If it's e-commerce, it's going to be stable, it's going to be fast, it's going to be reliable. And those are the things you're really looking for in this budget range. It isn't going to revolutionize your world overnight, but this is the first grounding for your business. It's laying the foundations. And you want something that's really kind of strong and reliable and stable in that space. The next level is around venture capital. Now venture capital, we're talking about 10 to 20 grand. It's a serious investment into your kind of digital space. And with that comes a lot more complexity. So people start really focusing in on user interface and user experience. And these are really big, important parts of your website that may have been overlooked at the earlier stages. This is where you're calculating what people are doing on your website, you're utilizing a little bit more data to find out where problems are in your site. We're talking about e-commerce solutions that have a little bit more complexity. So it's memberships, it's reoccurring billing, it's customizable products. It's a little bit more difficult. You're looking at automation to overcome small, difficult hurdles and make your life a little bit easier. So this is where your website really starts to become the top end of your sales funnel if you're a service and starts drawing people in and capturing them on your behalf. And the next level that we have is private equity. It's anything between £20,000 and £50,000. And really what we're looking at here is the epitome of what a small business website can be. It's fully established, it's going to tick all the boxes, it's really going to be the centerpiece for your business online. It's going to draw a lot of people towards it because it's going to be well optimized for search, it's going to be quick, it's going to have really top-notch security, so you have nothing to worry about from that perspective. It's going to be exquisitely designed, it's going to be perfectly developed, and it's going to evolve. So a lot of the earlier kind of stages we were talking about are kind of almost fixed, and you have to kind of build on that or even scrap them to build a new evolution of your site. Whereas this is much more an established foundation. You know what you need to say to people, you know the user journey that they're likely to take, you know the functionality that you're likely to need. And we're really perfecting that. So there's a lot more data that's being captured around your users and analyzing what they're doing. So you have A/B testing and variant testing built into the site, so it's doing that kind of thing automatically. It's driving a lot more people towards you from a sales perspective. It's drawing people in from a content perspective. It's really the amalgamation of all the other steps that you would have taken to get to this point. It's very difficult to jump into straight away. This is something that you really need to know a lot about how your business performs online before you can take this leap. Now, the kind of top end of all of this is around 50,000 plus. You can spend an infinite amount of money on a website if you want to. But you know, around £50,000 will really start to take you from a small business website or small to medium-sized business to an enterprise level. You're talking about a serious website here. Now, the major difference between that and say the level just before is really about how it works internally. So outwardly facing, they tend to do the same kind of things as you know, your 20 to £50,000 website, but essentially that extra spend is about optimizing your business as it works and operates inside itself. So you could be talking about HR systems and tracking people internally and producing reports or commendations, you know, recommendations for promotion. All that kind of stuff can come through an automated system that is tracking how people are behaving and how people are managing other people, and basically that whole evolution within your corporation itself. Alongside that, you're talking about you know, mass communication with your business, training opportunities. So you're bringing people through basically their career alongside this website, and you can monitor that and see where people might be struggling, they might be having some problems. If there's any kind of medical needs, mental health needs, you can start tracking all of that kind of stuff and supporting your employees through the back end of a website. So although the front may seem very similar, there are some more detailed and specific elements that you can go into with an enterprise solution where you're tracking literally every minutiae of the visitors that come to your site. Really the key is behind the scenes and what it's doing to help your business run, and any operational challenges that you might have, you can overcome them through the back end of the site. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. We'll be back next week with something around risk, and thank you for watching.